received it for Lincoln for the first year. And I tell you, those awards don't come easily. It all boils down to taking care of the customers and having the vehicles you want in stock for you to buy.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. Coming in hot here today, Margi. Hot temperature and hot in this studio. We've got some crazy stuff going on. How are you?
I'm good.
Happy Tuesday.
Thank you.
Yay,
Thank
it's
you.
Tuesday. We're
Monday
almost to
was
Friday.
Dentist day, and today was dermatologist.
Well, heck yeah,
so
girl.
I am good to go.
So are you saying you have NWS today?
What does that? What? Oh, I can't wait to hear this one.
New woman syndrome.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, you know when you get your hair
Absolutely.
cut and you do something different, you just say, I feel so good all over. It's my new woman syndrome.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we try to do. So how was your weekend?
It was good. I got lots cleared out.
Good.
I'm trying to smart size.
I love that. Not
Yeah.
downsize,
Yeah.
smart size.
Well, you know, when you say to a client, you need to downsize, they go,
Yeah,
So smart size is
Smart
what
size.
I've been
love it.
using for 25, 30 years.
I'm going to borrow it. I think it sounds wonderful. Well, we went to the Greek festival in Charlotte over the
Oh,
weekend.
fun.
Have you ever been?
Years ago, yeah.
Super fun. They haven't done it because of COVID in a while, and there's nothing like Greek food.
Oh, and they're so friendly.
So
and
lovely.
Did you dance on the table?
I did not dance on the table, not
I used
this
to.
time. But they have Greek school there, and the
Uh-huh.
little kids came out with their little Greek costumes on, and the station, the general manager here, Mr. Kazepis, is a Greek, and I saw him the next day, and I said, "Why are your children not in Greek school? They should be in
That's
Greek school."
right.
That is a beautiful culture, and they need to learn that. So I'm pressing hard into that.
Good for you.
For sure. But
Good for you.
yeah, it was just a lovely, lovely Saturday, a lovely day to experience some different culture.
Yes.
The food is amazing. The
Yeah.
people are amazing. Came back with Greek olive oil
Oh,
and
I love it.
Greek oregano. And so now I'm Greek now. I suddenly can cook everything Greek. So there's that. But I do want to tell you, last week you gifted me with a beautiful shawl
I did.
that had special significance to it because it was made by the Prayer Shawl Ministry of Mount
Yes,
Zion
yes.
Church, and there was a lovely card on it. And your intention was for me to give it to my mother. But that evening, I went to Hope House, and there was one of our ladies in the parking lot, and she was visibly upset. I went over to her, asked her what was going on, and she said, I've not shared this in 5 years, but the anniversary of my daughter's passing is coming up. And I said, okay. I said, let's think about some things that you can do on that day to give her honor and to make that day special. And she said, well, her favorite color was purple. And I said, hold that thought. I literally 2 steps over to my car, and I said, I am literally hearing, wrap yourself in
That's
this
right.
today. This is her.
Yes.
So it was purple. It was so significant and so special. And I just want to thank you again for
Well,
that,
that's
Margi.
what those shawls are for.
Yeah, you made a hope happen. You put a smile on her
Yeah.
face, and it was really a significant timing and a thing for her to feel that she was.
Well, I have a lot more, so
Well,
come on to my storage.
And I appreciate that, and I will take them. But the fact that the timing was perfect on
Yes.
this and the color
Yep.
was right, she was astounded.
Well,
Like who carries a purple prayer shawl
that's
in
right.
their car?
Yeah, and
for
if we
just
put
in
a
that
smile
moment?
on our face for 1 second,
Yeah,
we did our job.
She's so abundantly blessed. Yesterday with her family was the anniversary, and we made a butterfly stepping stone for her.
Oh,
And while
purple.
what with purple mosaics,
Yeah.
and while we were doing it, a butterfly landed
Of course it did.
right there
Yeah.
and just hung out with us, and it was the most incredible experience. So I just again want to thank you for that, and just want to say that good things are happening.
Yeah,
You
and
gotta
I'd
pay
like
attention.
to ask
Yeah.
if anybody out there has a wedding dress that they don't think they're going to wear again. Little Smiles is looking for used wedding dresses.
Okay.
And what we do is I work with WCAA,
Mm-hmm.
Window Coverings Association of America. I was on the board of that for many years. They have graciously given their time to cut the dresses up,
Wow.
make them into blankets for the babies that are going home that are still sick,
Wow.
or for any newborn
Going to
that's-
their forever home.
Yeah.
Margie, that is so beautiful. What
Yeah.
a lovely thing to do. And I hope our listeners got that Margie is looking for.
I really only need 3 more to get me going again.
Okay, we need 3 more wedding gowns
Yeah.
that you would love to graciously donate to Margie's ministry so that they can be given to families in need that have a use for them and a beautiful repurposing.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I
I do
love
too.
that. I will keep my eyes and ears open, and I know that if anybody wanted to drop those dresses off, Hope House, we would love to take them. And
Okay.
we are located at 15604 North Cross Drive in Huntersville, and we will put the APB out that we
Okay.
are looking for. Does it have to be a wedding dress? Can it be a formal gown?
If it's white.
Okay. Well, I just dropped some things off with someone that someone had donated some formal gowns. So I will keep my eyes and ears open.
Yeah.
And
And I think we need them by the 15th, so there's no rush.
well, watch how this community
I
will come
know.
alongside of you
I
and
know.
bless you.
They always have.
Incredible. Absolutely.
They
And
always have.
speaking of blessings, I want to give a shout out to the McIntosh Law Firm for their generous partnership with you and I. They have put us in charge of putting out the good word on the good work that they do. They are amazing, generous, lovely attorneys in that firm. They all do a give back, whether
Yes,
it
they
is
do.
to non-for-profits or pro bono work or whatever. And I think at the last count, there might have been 36 attorneys in that office that Bob McIntosh manages. And it's just a lovely partnership
Yeah.
for us to know that we have their support and they're putting it out there of the good work that they're doing.
Yes.
So we want to thank the McIntosh Law Firm for trusting you and I to do this thing called
They
Hope and a
didn't know
Smile.
what they were getting into.
They didn't. The dynamic duo of Margie and Debbie, that's for sure. Oh, goodness. Do you think fall is coming?
Oh, didn't it feel good this morning?
It was delightful. We had the window open or the sliding glass door for a little bit, and I'm happy, sad about it. It feels good, but I love the sun. I love the warmth. I love the summertime and all the goodness. And sometimes I get a little bit sad about that.
I love the fall.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The fall is nice. I mean, being from New England, fall. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I
seen a lot
love
of
the
falls.
change of colors and yeah.
That part is pretty, and that. But
And I'm hoping a change of attitude.
yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. I attended.
I just wish more people would be grateful for what they have.
I
Right
know.
now.
You know, we talk about this all the time about how loud it is, right? And I know with the debate tonight, it's going to get a little bit loud in our lives if we're watching it. But I attended a luncheon today at the Peninsula Country Club. It was Michelle Hoverson. She's a
Okay.
former pastor of Grace Covenant Church, and she did just a 45-minute talk on how to fight like a girl.
Oh, cute.
And
Yeah.
we need to take our stance, right, and know how to stand strong and be in it to win it for sure. So
That's right.
I'm excited about our guest today.
Oh, I am too.
When
I
we come
am
back
too.
from break, we are going to be introducing you to Liam. You have to say that, I think, with an Irish accent. Liam Goddard. He is the executive director, I believe, at
Yes.
Symphony in the Park.
Yeah.
So when we come back,
Beautiful place.
wait till you hear his story.
The increase, and we bring back an isolated shower chance late Thursday into Friday as the remnants of Francine pass to the mid-south. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Listen, save, enjoy. The WSIC app, available now in your app store.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo. And join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Now back to Community Centered, presented by Macintosh Law, only on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, guys, we're coming.
Welcome back. I am really excited to hear more about what our guest has to share with us. I went to the ribbon cutting of Symphony Park in Cornelius, and I thought to myself, man, getting old isn't so bad. If I could live here, it was absolutely beautiful. And so, Liam, you moved here from Florida about 3 years ago. Is that correct? And what led you to doing what you're doing now?
Oh, that's a great question. Before we get started, I just want to thank both of you and your nonprofits that you have. You make a real impact in this community.
Thank you.
Just thank you for everything you're doing, and I feel privileged to be here today.
Great.
So, my career has always been in senior living in one form or another. I actually started in Florida right out of college. My original degrees were in exercise science and human movement and kinesiology, and that's kind of where I started in senior living, was working with older adults through exercise and fitness and health and wellness. And I did that for a number of years. And then I kind of fell in love with the industry, the people that I was working with, found a lot of purpose in what I was doing.
That's a good thing, because you're going to get there sooner or later.
I know. I'm learning a lot along the way, right?
And that wasn't a stretch to move from that to working with seniors. So.
Exactly. So having worked in the industry and working with seniors for a number of years, ultimately decided to get my MBA and start to move more into the management side of the industry. And that's where I've been for the last several years. Made the move up here to North Carolina, in the Charlotte area. Was lucky enough to get a job with Symphony Park as the executive director. And it has been just the best move, not for my career, but for my family, being here
wonderful?
With the change of seasons. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
What are the people that come from Florida to North Carolina? What do they call them? Halfbacks? They come in halfway back.
Well, that's if you come from the north and
right.
you go to Florida, and then you realize it's too hot and there's too many hurricanes, and you go halfway back.
So are you a native Floridian?
I was actually born in New Hampshire, so technically I'm kind of a halfback.
Yes,
but I was, like 2 years in New Hampshire, and everything else was Florida.
Gotcha.
So,
I can see why.
Yes. Yeah.
And my daughter lives in New Hampshire, so I understand.
Yeah. They probably have snow on the ground now.
No.
Not yet?
Not yet.
They will.
Not yet.
They will very soon. So tell us, what does an executive director at Symphony Park do?
Wow. It depends on the day, truly. Any day that I walk in the building, it could be primarily handling and dealing with the residents and their concerns and their wants and needs. I would say if you had to put the job title in a nutshell, it really is taking care of the residents, making sure that every day that they're there, they're getting what they need, what they want,
Yeah.
and that they're happy. You know, they are paying for a service for this luxury resort, all-inclusive kind of independent lifestyle. And I have to make sure that we're delivering on that every day.
That's amazing.
Well, and no day is ever the same, I'm sure.
No,
You
no
just
day is
don't
ever
know
the
what
same.
you're walking
I
into.
can totally relate to that.
I can
As the
too.
executive director of a Hope House, like that is pretty much my role
Yeah.
too. But throw in fundraising and
Yeah.
marketing
Yes.
and all of the other good stuff that comes with that. I bet you have some stories to tell.
Well, you know, when it comes to the leadership of Symphony Park, we really are blessed. So you've got myself as the executive director, and I've got a long history in my career of working at very high end communities down in Florida and dealing directly with residents and just working in the senior living industry. But our general manager, Julie Ogawa, she comes from a resort background. So she was a general manager of high end resorts in Sedona, Hawaii. She lived in Japan for a number of
Oh
years.
my gosh.
So she brings on that side this high-end hospitality feel that you don't really get in senior living. So this is kind of a new concept where we're not just providing that senior living experience that you can get at most places. We're merging it with this high-end hospitality feel that I would say, and I would argue, doesn't really exist anywhere. You don't find that when you move into
So
a place
that's
like this.
what caused the dancers at the ribbon cutting and
Oh yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Hawaiian
The
theme.
Hawaiian
That
theme
was
was
all about that. Yep.
I love that. You're
unbelievable.
touching on something that's a very unique concept, I think. I mean, I have my mother in a place, but I'm thinking, of the marriage between
Yeah.
senior and luxury. How about that, Margie?
It was.
Luxury living
Yeah.
as a senior. That's usually something that I don't think an older person would treat themselves to, but what a
Right.
beautiful concept.
I
Is
don't
that you
think
have
I'm
earned
ready
that
to wear a
privilege.
grass skirt.
That's
but-
exactly
Yeah,
right.
you have earned the privilege to be good to
Yes.
yourself and spend your children's inheritance well. I think that I am all for that.
That's
so
right.
But everybody was enjoying the whole feeling that you've created there.
Well, we were talking a little bit at the break, and I know a few people that work there, and the feedback that I've gotten from them on the community to be employed there is so supportive, laid back, chill. And so that must be reflected in the environment and the work that you bring to it too, or your leadership, that people feel good about coming to work, because when you treat your people good, they want to do a good job.
That's right.
And I think that's
Well, then they enjoy it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us more. We're excited. What can you tell us?
Well, we'll kind of touch on the team, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about that, and that is the feedback we get every day from the residents living there, the people that come, the family members that come and dine with us, that our team is truly exceptional. We have just a stellar team that really cares about what they're doing. They love being there. They enjoy their work every day, and that makes all the difference in the world. You can have a beautiful building, which
That's
we
right.
have, which is
Yeah.
great, but that's only really 40% of it, maybe.
Mhm.
If you don't have the team in place to put things into motion and to care for the people that are living there, then you really don't have anything. So, and we hear that every day. You go to our website and look at the testimonials. Every testimonial on there, they touch on the experience that they have through the team members.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
That's
and I don't think
wonderful.
there was obviously a need because people that are living in some of the nice areas in this area, where were you going to go?
Mhm.
That's
Into
right.
Charlotte.
And it's a unique concept. So is it anywhere else or?
So it is a bit of an emerging concept in
Yeah.
the world of senior living. So your typical senior living, what we would call a life plan community, usually comes with a very large buy-in. So you're buying into the healthcare model, which is anywhere from, on the low end, maybe $350,000 down payment up to upwards of in the millions. I worked at a community down in Naples, Florida, where their biggest buy-in, their biggest apartment was $11.3 million. And
Wow.
you're basically locking that money down.
Margie and I just looked
Yeah.
at each other.
Maybe I won't be moving tomorrow.
So on top of that, you pay that big down payment to buy into the life plan community, and then with that, you still are paying your monthly dues, which can
Yes.
range in the anywhere 3 to 4, upwards of $7, 8, 9, $10,000 a month, and
Yeah.
that usually is inclusive of your housekeeping and your, maybe some meal points or spend down account or whatever else might be included in that community. Where we differ at Symphony Park is that we don't have that large buy-in up front. We are a rental style community. So you come in, you rent with us, it's month to month. We do sign a 1-year contract, really just to lock you into that rate. But with 30 days notice, you can come and say, hey, I don't feel like I'm getting the value that I was promised, or
Okay.
I'm just not happy, or I'm moving for whatever reason. Maybe there's a change in their life, and they can move with a 30-day notice. So we don't lock people down. We allow people to hold on to their money so they can be flexible with their finances.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're flipping the model around a little bit, and we're letting people have more control over how they choose to spend their time when it comes to senior living.
Well, I think isn't this the biggest generation of boomers that are coming into
Absolutely.
retirement? So, I mean,
Yes.
you're poised to, meet them where they need and the expectation for
that's right.
what they need for their lifestyle. What are some of the fabulous amenities there, Lee?
Oh.
I hear good things.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot. So we have a 58,000 square foot grand clubhouse. In our grand clubhouse, we have 3 restaurants. Our first floor restaurant is more of a bistro, a little bit more casual. We've got a big brick pizza oven. Second floor is a little bit higher end, a little bit more elevated, and the third floor is our fine dining. And these are restaurants. They're nothing like maybe your typical senior living. You walk in, there's a host stand, you get seated, your server, your waitress, they come in and bring you your dishes, and they are full, real working restaurants. And we're
Okay.
very proud of that fact. Besides the 3 restaurants, we also have 2 bars. So we have a high-end cocktail lounge where you can get small tapas, you can get your specialty cocktails, your high-end wines. And then we also have a sports pub, completely separate from the restaurants. So the sports pub, you've got 3 TVs, 2 pool tables, full bar, beer on tap from local breweries. And then we also have a grab and go. So you can go down, you can get, we've got gelato in the case. We do fresh baked goods in the morning for breakfast, specialty coffees, panini sandwiches.
I'm ready.
So-
Sign me up.
and that's just the food. So we have 6 different areas where you can eat or drink just in the clubhouse.
And those are not open to the public,
They're
correct?
not open to the public.
Okay, so
no.
just for the residents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come in for
Okay.
the residents, their family members, their
That's right.
guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the food. On top of the food, we've got a lot of other amenities. So we have a full movie theater with reclining chairs, electric recliners.
So if you can fall asleep.
You can,
Okay.
you do, and a lot of them do. We've got a salon and spa, full service salon and spa. Come in, get your hair done, color, pedicures, manicures,
Okay.
waxing, facials. They stay pretty
You
busy
never
up
have
there.
to leave, Margie.
You really don't. So we've got a game room. So that's probably the most used room we have right now. It's a very large room. It's got about a dozen tables in there, and a lot of card games going on.
I bet.
We've got an arts and crafts room where we've got different instructors coming in. We did an acrylics class. We did a paint and sip the other weekend.
Oh, fun.
We did a flower arranging class. All these things that are available to the residents. We have a demonstration kitchen. So it's a small kind of teaching kitchen where we have guest chefs come in making different. The list kind of keeps going on and on. So full fitness center, big gym with all the state-of-the-art equipment, a large junior Olympic size indoor pool where we do aqua aerobics classes and have the swimming. And then we've got an aerobic studio as well, which is where we have all of the fitness classes that go on there. And the list kind of goes on. We have a chapel. There's a lot to offer.
Did you,
in that
by any
facility.
chance, Liam, did you bring any contracts with you from Margie?
course, yeah.
Sign us up before you leave. Well, I know we're going to get ready to go on break here again. You should see Margie and I's face. We're just sitting here like I can just feel the tension
I know.
leaving me as I'm thinking about all of those amazing amenities. That is incredible. When we come back, if there's any callers that want to call in,
Absolutely.
844-STUDIO-4. We would love to take your call. Liam he can probably answer any of your questions.
Absolutely.
And we will be right back. And we are talking with Liam Goddard, Executive Director of Symphony Park.
Wow.
Call 844-STUDIO-4 now to join the Community Center discussion on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Presented by Macintosh Law.
For more of the good stuff on the way, plenty of sunshine and low humidity, even though we get a little bit warmer with mid-80s on the way this afternoon. We'll cool it off again tonight, down in the upper 50s across most of the Lake Norman area. And then we'll warm back into the low 80s for your Wednesday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Heading into Thursday, though, our clouds will be on the increase, and we bring back an isolated shower chance late Thursday into Friday as the remnants of Francine pass to the mid-south. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
On the lot at Black Automotive. Look at these Buick Envistas. The all-new Buick Envistas are leasing for as low as $299 a month. Check with them here at Black Automotive for all the details. Black Automotive Statesville.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageAndWellness.com, with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Hi, this is Joshua Dobie. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Americans are making more money. Median household incomes rose by an inflation-adjusted 4% last year to just over $80,600 a year. It's the first annual gain since 2019, according to the Census Bureau. The U.S. poverty rate also fell slightly, now just over 11%. J.P. Morgan Chase is warning next year's expenses will be higher than previously thought, and that what it rakes in from loans, called net interest income, will be lower. That's after the Fed, as expected, will cut rates this year, and banks will have to cut their rates, making less on loans. That's got shares of J.P. Morgan right now down more than 5%, sending shares of other big lenders lower too. And on Wall Street, it's got the Dow down about 0.25%. The Nasdaq, though, up 0.2%. The S&P up 1/3. And the folks at Jell-O are entering the home decor market with a new collection of inflatable chairs that look like giant Jell-O molds. $30 each. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle at 844-STUDIO-4. It's community-centered on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back, folks. We are talking with Liam Goddard from Symphony Park. He is the executive director, and our break time is always such a great time when we're talking about things that we have to remember that we want to mention. So I know that you wanted to talk about some of your healthcare partners that are there. So who's partnering with you?
Yeah, so I like to tell everybody that we're an independent living community. We're not assisted living, we're not memory care, but we do recognize that the people that are living in our community often need assisted services. You know, they're at a stage of their life where things can happen any day, and we need to make sure that we're prepared to offer the services that are going to help them stay independent and enjoy the community that they're living in.
Yeah.
So we've decided to very strategically partner with 3 community partners to kind of fill the gaps of those assisted services and kind of build out that healthcare puzzle. So we started off with Home Carolina. They're an in-home aid company, so they can come in. They have an office right in our clubhouse. They can contract with them if there's a short health bump that our residents experienced. Maybe they had a minor surgery or a small fall or an injury, and they just need help doing the laundry, or they need help walking the dog for a few weeks, whatever it is that they might need to get them back on their feet. We also partnered with Bayada. So Bayada also has an office in our clubhouse, and they do in-home nursing. They do physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. So they can do those therapy services right there in the office. They can come right into the home, or they can go down into our gym or our pool to do some of those other services as well. And then finally, we also partnered with One Health. They are an affiliate of Atrium, and we have a nurse practitioner in our office, again, right in our grand clubhouse. And that nurse practitioner is there to see our residents, and they can be seen for medication management, for acute care needs. They can schedule appointments and just walk right down the hall and go see the nurse practitioner there. They also have some freestanding locations right around us. So if our residents can't be seen in office that day, we will take them to one of those freestanding locations free of charge with our transportation. So we also have our own transportation fleet and drivers as well.
Margie, there's hope for us. I'm just thinking about all of that wonderful
So if
stuff.
somebody's out there listening and goes, I want to know more, is the best thing to call you and make an appointment and come and see the whole facility?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Seeing is believing.
That's
I really
right.
believe that. We do have a great website. We've got a team that's put together just some great content there. So you can get a lot of information off our website. That's symphonyparkliving.com.
Okay.
But to call us, to come see it in person, there's really nothing like it.
There is nothing like it.
Yeah, I would say if you want to call our sales team, you can call them at 704-351-6404. But they were happy to
And give
take
us that
anywhere
number
around.
one more time.
Yep, 704-351-6404.
But what struck me the day I went there was how happy everybody seemed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's not superficial. People were enjoying being there, enjoying each other,
So
and the space.
We've got residents, and one of the biggest things we hear prior to residents moving in is that they're in this large home, perhaps a spouse has passed away, or even if not,
Yes.
they just become isolated.
Yes,
They're in
you
this-
do.
Taking care of this large home. They don't have time to go out and make friends, or even if they do, maybe they don't have the energy or they don't know where to go to make those connections. And we have seen firsthand people moving into Symphony Park, and within the first week have been invited to dinner, and all of a sudden they've got a group of 5 or 6 people that they are meeting up regularly
Which
for
is
dinner
wonderful.
every single night.
Yeah.
And it happens time and time again. I mean, it's all about wellness. You know,
Yeah.
this gives them an opportunity to have those social connections and just enjoy this chapter of their life.
That's
Lovely.
right.
I love it. I
Yeah.
think it's amazing. Tell us a little bit more about. I know that we talked about all the amenities and everything, but if I'm like Margie said, I'm listening and I'm thinking, I really want to go check that out and everything. Is there like an age restriction? Or children invite? Like what is all that about?
Right. So we are technically a 55 and up community. However, we are independent living, and with all the services that we offer, our average age is really more 75 to 80, 85 in that age range.
Okay.
So with that, yeah, absolutely. Children, family, grandchildren, we encourage that they bring them there. And that's one of the reasons why we are kind of merging this hospitality feel, and our food is so amazing. Our executive chef is incredible, that we really wanted to create a space where families wanted to come. They want to come eat the food. They want to come experience the events that are happening because they're that much fun. And that's what we're seeing.
And it is pet friendly too.
It is pet friendly,
Yeah.
yes. We actually have on the second floor of every residential building, there is a dog washing station that is in a room. And I'm not kidding. It's nicer than my own bathroom at home. It's beautiful.
Wow, that is so cool, right? It sounds like you're so accommodating to
Yes.
everybody. I think that's incredible. Now, do you do events and things there for the residents? Like
Yeah.
seasonally, I'm sure that. I mean, when did you open?
So we opened April 15th. So
Okay.
we're just a little over 4 months open at this
Wow.
point. But yeah, we just did an event. We're doing an That's Amore series. So the 6th, we have another one coming up on the 20th. But that event, live music outside. We did a big Italian dessert buffet. We had our chef made homemade limoncello. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. By the end of the night, people were dancing and having a great time.
I'm sure they were.
And with the weather being as nice as it is now, these outdoor events are getting a lot of fun. So we'll be doing a big fall festival here coming up in October. A lot of things to come.
Now, is there an outdoor pool? Or
No,
indoor?
just an indoor pool.
Just indoor. And is it like court size, or where do the balconies look out onto, or
Right.
what's the view
So
like?
we've actually won some awards for our architectural design, but the way it works is the residential buildings, which we have 3 of them, all kind of outline or surround the Grand Clubhouse in the middle. And then each residential building is connected to the Grand Clubhouse by this heated and cooled walkway. So if you've got dinner reservations or you need to get to something, you never have to go outside unless you want to. And because of the design we have, it created 4 unique courtyards, and every courtyard has its own theme. So we've got a large koi pond with about 20 koi fish in it in one courtyard with a walking path. That other courtyard is off the back of the pool, so we've got a lot of cabanas, sitting areas, and chairs. One courtyard is off the backside. And hula dancers. One of the courtyards is off the backside of the restaurants, and all 3 restaurants have outdoor dining, and it overlooks this courtyard, which is an events courtyard. So that's usually where we have our music or events going on. And then the last courtyard is off of the backside, which is going to be your gaming courtyard. So bocce ball and shuffleboard, and then we do have 2 pickleball courts around the court.
Wow. That's incredible.
No reason to be bored.
No, there's a lot to do.
I would imagine that is for sure. It feels like it's like this oasis, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, a luxury resort in the middle of our community.
That's
where
right.
you can have it both ways. You don't have to leave, or you can if you want to, but why would you? I literally can't wait to go home and talk to my husband and say, let's go check it out. What would be some advice for someone that was considering doing this? Obviously, they come, they take the tour, but then, do they jump right into selling their home and moving all of their items out? Or what does that look like?
The process is different for each and every person, but I will tell you some of the feedback that I hear from most people is the thought of downsizing can be overwhelming sometimes. We have a lot of stuff. Yeah. We've accumulated a lot of things over our lives.
That's why I called it smart sizing.
Exactly, smart sizing. But one thing that we've seen from everybody that's moved in is they just feel this sense of relief once they've kind of purged a lot of these items. They become more organized and things are cleaner. And then there's a sense of safety, I think, for the family too. A lot of our family members are so happy to see their parents find their way into a place that is safe, secure. They've got all the amenities they could need. They don't feel this sense of worry anymore. We see that all the time with our residents here, and just that sense of peace is it's priceless for family.
Probably something very liberating about letting all of that stuff go, right? And starting fresh and having some new things and being with new friends and a new community.
I just feel so badly for my mother because when they moved into Tide Point down in Hilton Head, she was so angry and she fought everything every step of the way. And it was sad because it was absolutely a beautiful place. And again, they had everything there. It took her
It's
it
an
took her
it's an
a
adjustment,
good
I would
year.
imagine. Yeah.
And
you
I
know,
finally said, you can just stay here and be a grumpy old woman, or you can, change your attitude.
Right.
Well, what I find works great is once people do move in, whether, most people are doing it on their own will, but if the children are pushing a little bit to get them there and they're a little hesitant, once they get in, they realize that there's weekly housekeeping. They don't have to clean the house anymore. They change the sheets for you. They come in and do a deep clean of the whole place. All of your maintenance is included. So if a light bulb out or the toilet starts running or, something happens, all of that's included. All of your cable, your electric, your AC, all of your utilities are included. Your streaming TV is included. You get $500 a month per person to spend at any one of the restaurants or the bars or the grab and go. Once you realize all these things are included and you have all this support behind you, people settle in pretty quickly.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
When we come back from break, Liam, I'd like to talk about floor plans and, if someone's considering doing this, what would they bring with them and what would that look like? And do you gather all of the things that you need and try to figure out from you? Because I'm going to go home to pack.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking of that. But again, folks, we are talking with Liam Goddard. He is the executive director to Symphony Park. And we will be right back here on Community Centered. Your hosts, Debbie and Margie.
Macintosh Law presents Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle. Coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
More of the good stuff on the way. Plenty of sunshine and low humidity, even though we get a little bit warmer with mid-80s on the way this afternoon. We'll cool it off again tonight, down in the upper 50s across most of the Lake Norman area. And then we'll warm back into the low 80s for your Wednesday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Heading into Thursday, though, our clouds will be on the increase, and we bring back an isolated shower chance late Thursday into Friday as the remnants of Francine pass to the mid-south. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo. And join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Macintosh Law presents Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back. We are here on Community Centered, coming in hot again with our headphones off here. We are talking with Liam Goddard from Symphony Park, Executive Director. Liam, this has been a pleasure to learn about the wonderful things that you're doing in our community and the amenities and you know, just treating yourself as I am aging gracefully and finding myself in that space of saying, what's next? To just know that there are options out there.
That's right.
You know, we're one of the original 55 and over communities in Cornelius area, but it isn't 55 and over, right? There's everybody of all ages and different characters and different sizes. And for us, I mean, we do think about that all the time. Excuse me, what's next? Where are we going?
That's right.
And I think this sounds like a beautiful option. And I can't wait to get home and tell my husband, start taking the bourbon off your wall, pack it up. we're going somewhere. So what else can we talk about, Liam? What have we forgotten to mention to our public about how wonderful Symphony Park is?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about just our floor plans, what we have to offer.
Okay.
So we talked a lot about the amenity spaces, right? And that's the main reason I think anybody should be living there, is that social aspect and just so many things to do. But we also have really amazing accommodations as far as our apartment goes. So we do have 5 different floor plans. Okay. They range everything from a 1-bedroom all the way up to a 2-bedroom with a den. We also have a 1-bedroom with a den, a 2-bedroom without a den, all different orientations. But it's been so exciting to see residents come in and the way that they imagine their apartments and the furniture they bring in and how they utilize the different spaces and things that I never would have thought they would have done. You know, people turning second bedrooms into offices or sitting areas.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's been really, really interesting to kind of watch and see how people come in and utilize the space. But like we like to tell all of our residents that are there, you know, you come in and your apartment really is for sleeping, possibly coming back and taking naps, but you should really only be there for about 40% of the day.
Yeah.
All the rest of the time is in
Catch
the
a shower.
clubhouse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What would you say is your most popular floor plan?
Oh, Well, it's between two right now, I would say, but definitely our Taylor. It's our largest floor plan. They kind of are on the corners of all of our apartment buildings. They do have the largest balconies.
Okay.
They have the largest floor plan as well, too. And all of our Taylor models that are facing the courtyards are about sold out. I think we have a handful left.
Okay.
So those are going pretty quick.
I was going to ask you, what's your capacity?
Yeah, so we have 240 apartments,
Okay.
depending on the floor plan you're looking for. Like I said, the Taylors are getting pretty slim pickings. The Catherines are right in the middle of the buildings, but they kind of jet out. Their balconies do, so they have a really unique view of the courtyards. They're all sold out of Building 1. I think we have a couple left in Building 2, and Building 3 is about sold out as well, too. Of
So
those.
the Taylor and the Catherine, are there other names?
Yeah, so we have the Taylor, the Catherine, the Bennett, the Knox, and the Eleanor, all named after our investors' grandchildren or children.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And I think you were telling us during the break that there's kind of a theme with hummingbirds, right?
There are, yeah. So Symphony Park, I guess you could say our mascot or our theme, our logo is the hummingbird. The hummingbird really represents vitality. It represents health and wellness, and that's a lot of what we're bringing to this community.
Okay.
And as you go throughout our community, all of our restaurants, you look at the Berry Line Bistro or Jacobin or any of the names as you go through the community, they're all actually different names of different types of hummingbirds. So it's just kind of fun to tie all that into the community.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I love that. And hummingbirds love something sweet. And it sounds to me like Symphony Park sounds pretty sweet. I don't know, Margie, maybe you and I could move in together. I'm just sold on this. I think it sounds like a fabulous place. Again, we want to get your contact information out there if our listeners are listening. So go ahead, Liam.
Yeah, so again, you can visit us at symphonyparkliving.com, or you can come visit us in person. Come to 12221 Sam Fur Road, right there in Huntersville. We'd love to have you stop by. We have walk-ins come in every day. So again, that's 12221 Sam Fur Road in Huntersville. And you can always call our sales team. So our sales team can be reached at 704-351-6404.
Fabulous. And if any callers want to call in at 844-STUDIO-4, we still have time yet to take a question. I'm sure our folks are driving and they're turning around. I'm imagining going right back over there to go check it out because it sounds such a fabulous
Well,
place.
there was such a need for that.
Yeah.
And I'm just so pleased to see how well it came together.
Well, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. The vision of our resort was really inspired by the Grand Floridian, that hotel down, the Disney hotel down in Florida.
Yeah.
And you really get that when it comes through. You look at the outside, when you drive by, it's got the beautiful red roofs and the big white buildings.
Yes.
But as soon as you get inside, it screams resort. I mean, the palm fronds, you look at the wallpapering, you even go to the bathrooms, the gold fixtures and the giant palm fronds, the wallpaper all over the wall. It's really a lot of fun. So, you go there and you just feel like you're on vacation every day. And that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
So
At this stage of the game, a vacation sounds wonderful.
Oh my gosh,
doesn't
it's
it?
been
And
years
to be
since I've had one.
Yeah, and to be living in an environment like that where people are nice to you and the environment looks good. You can talk about that from a design aesthetic, Margie, that's important.
Extremely
that we surround
important.
ourselves with things that, feel good and look good and give off a healthy perspective of things.
Yeah.
I love that. I really do. I congratulate you guys on the concept. I think it's marvelous. It's like I said, as I move into that category down the road here,
I'm
it sounds
there.
like to me that you guys have hit it out of the park.
Yeah, I think so.
And have tapped into something that's really much needed in our community. And I wish you all the success in filling it up.
Well, thank you. Well, I'll add this one last thing. I think one of the things we hear when people move in, we hear this all the time, is people kind of wait and they linger on the decision and they finally kind of pull the trigger to move in. And every single one of them says, I wish I'd have done this 5 years ago.
That's right.
Every single one.
Absolutely.
I bet. I absolutely think that, you know what? Hey, what's wrong with being happy in your older years, right? I think that sounds wonderful. Rather than being strapped down and burdened to, square footage or a big home or something. I think it sounds like a marvelous thing.
And you've got everything to make that run smoothly. Like
Oh, absolutely.
the senior move managers and people to hang pictures and
We've got everything. A full maintenance team.
Yeah.
Our director of engineering is incredible. He's been in the industry for 34 years. He's held every job. kind of in the senior living industry. He's an incredible guy. I think we were really blessed in our location, and I've said this a few times, but when you look at the economy and the ability for people to hire good talent, it's
That's
challenging, right?
It's very challenging.
And what we've found where we are is we've built this luxury community in the Lake Norman area. And Lake Norman doesn't really have a lot of luxury style communities or hotels. So what we found was when we started opening up positions, there was a lot of people who were working in these types of industry, these kind of higher end luxury places down in South Charlotte, but they lived up here. So when they realized they could get a job and not have to commute down into Charlotte anymore, they could drive 5 or 10 minutes down the road to get to work. We got incredibly lucky and really got some amazing talent that lived up in this area and just didn't want that commute down into Charlotte.
That makes all the difference in the world.
It sure
does, doesn't it? I'm sure like your executive chefs with the restaurants is probably one of those places where they're like, I can stay right here. That is amazing. Good for you.
Yeah.
How big are the restaurants?
So our first floor restaurant can accommodate about 110, 120 seats. Second floor restaurant's about 100. Our third floor restaurant is a little bit more intimate as fine dining with about 80 seats. And then they all have outdoor dining as well. So I think somebody once asked me, well, if you're at full capacity, could you serve everybody at once? And if you add up all the seats between our restaurants and our bars and everywhere we can serve food, we have about 456 seats that we can serve at one time. So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We will never run out of seats. You can always come and have dinner. We've got a lot of options.
Okay.
Do you have to pay like a minimum per month with food or
Nope.
does it
So
matter?
included, depending on your floor plan or the contract that you sign in with, you get $500 a month spend down to spend at any one of the restaurants. So I will say, if you come in and you eat fine dining every night and you have a glass of wine with every meal, your $500 might not last you through the whole month.
That's
But,
true. Yeah.
that's people's preference. We didn't want to tell people where they had to eat or when they had to eat or what they could eat. This is a resort, and we want you to spend your money the way you want to spend it. So
Wow.
come in, you can have.
I go back to my seafood diet. What I see, I eat.
Right? I know. Like you're on a cruise or something, right?
That's been a real challenge working there because our food is incredible. I can't say that enough, but I have to try everything, all the new specials, right? So
I think so.
So yeah, I've put on a little weight just working, but it's well worth it.
Well, you could get to the gym.
Yeah.
You could go work out in the gym. Mark, you rolled her eyes at me.
The joy out of that.
Sorry. Now, some people, if you're an exercise scientist, you probably like working out or enjoy those kind of things.
And that's still in my DNA. I am in management now, but my whole passion has always been wellness and health and helping this population really just live the best years of their life. And
Yes.
whatever avenue that is, wellness is not just physical. It's mental, it's social, it's financial, it's all of those things that kind of create the whole body of wellness. And that's what we're trying to do here, is just make sure that everybody living at Symphony Park is just having the best years of their life and enjoying every day to its fullest.
I think that's what one of the big attractions about Lake Norman is. That it is an outdoor activity area where you can bike and boat and walk and do all those things pretty much year round.
Right.
So it makes sense to have a resort nestled in your community where you could live out take a shower and sleep and the rest just keep moving and doing all of the fun stuff for sure. Well, Liam, you've been a delight to have here on our show. We're so glad that you can come join us here on Community Centered, and thank you for the compliments to Margie and I. We love what we do, and
We do.
This is our fun activity that we do once a week, is to come into the studio and have some fun and play around and highlight some of the really great things that are happening in our community. We say we like to put hope back in the headlines, and I think you knocked it out of the park today by putting out there the wonderful things that you do, and we like to do it with a smile.
Absolutely.
Which is our little shout out to Little Smiles. So many, many thanks, and good luck for what you do. And I am coming for a visit, and I'm going to look for you when I'm there.
Please do.
And I might come with my friend Margie too as well. So again, many thanks. And again, look up those websites or give them a call and go visit at
yes,
Symphony
it
Park.
is a treat.
Liam Goddard,
It
Executive Director.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
being
all.
our guest today.
Thank you.